Yo, what's good? It's your boy, that boy Devo, back with another video. Today, we are going to be covering one of my songs called So Far Away. The song might be old, back from 2016. However, it still resonates with human nature and it's still relevant today, in today's world. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that could relate to it if they ever went through one of those type of situations. It's kind of hard trying to channel where I was in life when I wrote that song, because I was coming from a place of a deep heartbreak, you feel me? And in the midst of that, that's when I really turned to making music. Like, this was one of the first beats that I ever made that I really felt like was one of my best beats that I've ever made type shit. And during the production of it, I started getting these ideas and these little vibes. Like, this was one song that took me, I would probably say, 4 to 6 months to write, because I just wasn't trying to rush it, you feel me? I wrote the chorus, and it took me like 3-4 times of revisions to get the chorus right. Like, I wrote so much different shit to it before I finally came up with the final piece of the puzzle that you hear today. So I was really tapped into my emotions when I wrote this song. So it all stemmed from a heartbreak, obviously, and the terms of it was just, I was put in this situation where I thought things were going a certain way. Like, many of you may think, like, you think everything is going good, but in reality, you don't know how another person may be feeling at a certain time, and you just be so busy and caught up into your day-to-day world that you just become oblivious to the fact that somebody else might be going through some real deep, some real deep pressure that they feeling that they don't know how to handle, and you not making it any better for them. So this is probably top 5, one of my deepest songs I wrote based off of how I felt at the time. I was receiving like mixed signals from somebody, and they were portraying this image like everything was all good to me, but then in reality it was way deeper than what I expected. Like, straight out of the blue, blindsided. I was doing all that I could to connect and try to close the space between me and this person, and everything that I did, it just felt like it was just making like the situation worse. I was probably going through a different phase. I was probably surrounded by some crazy influences at the time and not even thinking straight, or thinking about how this person may be feeling based off of how I was acting and everything. It ain't really hit me until, I was just hit with an ultimatum, like, is this really happening? So over time, you be in a long relationship with somebody, and you just become complacent, you become comfortable with a few things, and you start to forget the little things that kind of brought y'all together to begin with. And like I said, you get around a few people, you might start forgetting about certain things. You get influences by certain crowds and stuff like that, and it really just takes your focus off of your main priority. Well, one of your main priorities, I should say. This was like a really deep, heartfelt song that was just very authentic to me, and every time I listen to it, it's like damn, I remember where I was in this certain situation and how far it came from there. So sometimes it's hard for me to go back to those emotions because I didn't learn how to grow out of them. However, the fact that it's still relevant today means like everything. So Far Away could be used in multiple ways, as far as physical distance, emotional distance, because over time, when you steady breaking somebody's heart, you slowly increasing that space between your hearts and stuff like that. So I know I'm not crazy, but I know some of y'all can understand what I'm saying. Heartbreaks really change you, and you don't know how much you done hurt a person until they hit you with some shit you never expected to hear. You feel me? Now you just gotta take it to the chin and what you gonna do about it? Sit there and dwell, you know? You may do it for a little while, but over time you gotta build yourself back up. And sometimes you the only person that you got to do that. I felt like I was in this position where I was really expressing myself more, explaining my feelings the best way that I could at the time, and it started to make me feel like stupid in a way, because everything that I was saying, it wasn't affecting this person at all. It started to make me feel some type of way, obviously, because now I'm like, how am I being 100 with you, telling you exactly how I feel, and you just rubbing it off like it don't even matter? Like, that's like a slap to the face, you feel me? Like, nobody should be treating you a certain way, but then again, you gotta realize that the reason why they're acting a certain way is because you probably made them act a certain way. Well, long story short, So Far Away just talks about how somebody could be treating you a certain way and then show you mixed feelings, and they don't understand the pain that you had to go through, so they think that when they change their mind, that it's just, I'm just finna snap my way back on into this person's life by saying anything. But little do they know, it's like, I didn't fix my mind around this whole situation, and it's not gonna be that easy to just get back into my life after I did what I had to do to put myself in your shoes and grow out of this situation. It's like, I'm not just finna backtrack just because you changed your mind right now. Mixed signals are crazy, because you be feeling one way one day and then the next day you change your mind thinking that you could just, slide your way back on into somebody's life, and it ain't always that easy, you feel me? It ain't always that simple. You gotta take them blows, you gotta take them hits, stand strong on your word, you feel me? So after a while, you be in this zone where, you start focusing on yourself, you don't be reaching out, none of that. You start making somebody probably feel a certain type of way, like you just don't care about them. You may give off that impression, but deep down, you care like crazy. You have no other choice but to, focus on yourself for a certain amount of time. It's like, no matter what you say, it ain't gonna change my mind now, because you done made me feel stupid for expressing how I feel, and it's not just gonna be easy to get me back, you feel me? So this was a challenge, and I really took the challenge on, and I wrote it to the best of my ability with, deep heartfelt experiences and stuff like that. So the way I just write my lyrics is just very universal, I do my best to express these intense emotions in my songs, but that displays a bunch of imagery. You can leave somebody feeling empty, like they pour they all into you, and you just sit there and just take it without reciprocating that energy, and it leaves you overflowing with some shit that you can't even give back to somebody, and it's like, they need to be filled up too, you know what I'm saying? But overall, it was like, yeah, I wanted to make things right, and I did my best to make things right, but I was put in this situation where I had no other choice but to deal with the consequences of what I may have done in the past. The place that I put myself in, it's like, I have to deal with this shit now. Learning lessons, you feel me? I was probably like 20 years old, almost 21 when I wrote this song, so it was, I was going through it at the time, you feel me? And I just did my best to articulate. This is about a deep, passionate love you may have had for somebody as well, even though y'all might be in two different places, whether that's in life or physical proximity. It doesn't change the way you feel about somebody. If your feelings are true and genuine, no matter where they are, you still gonna feel that certain way. Whenever you see them, you gonna, go around them. You just can't act on most of it. But you gotta be honest with yourself and know that these feelings still live within you, and it's okay to not have to act on it, because you've grown on not showing these certain types of emotions all the time and not letting people know that you just like a sucker for them. It just depends on the situation, like, it's okay to show the love if it's expected and wanting to be received, and if you genuinely feel like this person deserves it, like, cool. But sometimes you could be feeling a certain way and you can't even act on it because there is no open door for you to act on it. Like, you're not just finna be expressing yourself to somebody just for them to keep shutting you down. You know what I'm saying? It's like nobody trying to feel that way. Nobody trying to get looked at like they dumb for really tapping into their emotions. So diving into the song. Song starts, boom. First couple lines. Falling. You're guilty. Another chance. Feeling me. I wrote this little simultaneous bar play. Song starts, you know, it comes in. You hear me coming in. Falling. You know what I'm saying? Then we hit them with hold on, get back on track. My ex-girl trying to get my heart back. You feel me? Nah. This was like, is this really happening right now? Like, let me refocus real quick and really try to dive deep into what this situation, like what's really happening in this situation. Like, you just told me you didn't want to be with me type deal, and now you trying to tell me you want my heart back, and you don't understand. You just broke my heart. So from here, we go right into the first verse. I tried to tell you it was too late. You rushed out, you left and made me wait. So when you interpret that, it's like I was explaining to you that you put me in this situation where I had no other choice but to move on. Now, you told me that you were done and you left. And you had me thinking that we was good for a long time, which is referencing made me wait. So I'm sitting here waiting on you to come around, not knowing in the back of my mind that you weren't ever gonna come around again. The next bar is you're so average. I just happened to see you're not so true. So that bar right there was, I was on some gutter energy. I'm like, you so average. Like, you just so typical. Like some typical woman changing her mind every few minutes or every hour or something. Like, you like this one day, the next day you don't like it, and then I don't know. I was thinking different back then. You feel me? And I just came to the realization that, you know, sometimes your words can't be trusted. You feel me? And that's where that part came in about I just happened to see you're not so true, because you may have been lying to yourself the whole time, knowing that you really wanted to be with me, but you was just being stubborn and, you know, just wanting to get your way, and then, you know, you think it's gonna work out exactly how you plan on it working out when it's really meant to work out a different way. You just never know. Sometimes you be acting on certain feelings and they ain't even really how you feel at the time. Next bar. I've been slowly making moves and I forgot about you, caught in the things I do. Day-to-day life, you feel me? You get to moving, you get to working, you go to practice, you go to class, you know what I'm saying? You be around a whole bunch of friends, you know, slowly making moves every day, you feel me? And you must have forgot about the one little thing that, or the one big thing that could have been holding you down at the time. Caught up in the things that you do in life. It's not intentional, but you know, sometimes when you be busy, you know, some things just don't cross your mind like that. You just be thinking about the next move that you have to make, you feel me? Next line. And I guess I lost you along the way. Off track, still ticking, making it through my day. So along this journey, I guess that's where you fell off, because I made it seem like you wasn't important to me at the time, and you know, it probably just rubbed you wrong. You probably thought you weren't a priority in my life or something, but literally I was just focused on getting ahead in life, and you know, you still doing what you got to do to make it through every single day. You know, that's why I reference still ticking like a clock, because you're still moving, you feel me? And making it through your day, it's like everybody does. It's normal. It happens every day, you know. Until it all hit me and I was left thinking, there's not much to say. Because at a certain point, throughout this whole time, I'm like, damn, I done got so caught up in the mix. And then finally you get hit with this epiphany, like a moment of realization, and you just like, damn, it ain't really much to say now, because you starting to receive this energy that you never expected to get from this person. And when it's time to speak up, you have no words, because there is nothing that you can say to make the situation better, like, at all. So that's where I got that, that reference from, was, until it all hit me and I was left thinking, there's not much to say. Next line was, it was so sad, girl, I kept running back to something that was broken. Now, it's just crazy, because you think you got all the power in the world to fix a certain situation or a person, when sometimes you ain't got the right answers that they looking for. You don't got the right words to cross this person's, to get into this person's mind. Like, there's not much to say, you feel me? Literally, it was so sad you kept running back to something that was broken, and little did you know that they were broken in the first place. No matter what you do or what you think you could do to try to fix them, it's not gonna work. It just won't work. Next line. All my words are spoken. You said all you had to say. I said everything that I could to try to make this situation better, and it didn't work. And then it's like the next line going before the chorus, you were so high, now it feels like you're falling. And that's when the hook comes in. You were so high, now it feels like you're falling. You feel me? Since I ain't been calling your phone lately, you've been sick as hell. Now, you can take this however you want. However, it's like once they changed their mind and they was trying to get you back, and you just made this, this permanent decision that this shit is really over. So, I'm not finna be just reaching out like I was before. You know what I'm saying? It's for what? You know what I'm saying? For what? Let me know why. Like, for what? What's the reason? After you done told me that you done, and I realized that I done hurt you so much. Like, I'm not just about to be blowing your phone up. And it's probably making you feel some type of way, because you're not used to this type of energy, especially coming from somebody that you just had a great relationship with or whatnot. But if they hurt you, you gotta stand on that. You feel me? Next line. And even though I'm moving, you'll still be in distance, just not minutes. All that I can tell. We used to live in the same state, then I moved. You feel me? And no matter how far the distance was at the time, I still, you still felt a certain way about this person. So it wasn't gonna really change the fact, no matter how far you were. Like, now I'm more than just a few minutes away, because I used to be like, 30, 35 minutes. But now it's like it takes me a whole hour and a half or an hour, 2 hours to get to see you. You'll still be in distance, just not minutes. All that I can tell is it feels like you're falling in front of me. You're guilty. Maybe you just want another chance to be feeling me. You want to be happy. When a person don't get what they want after they made a certain decision, they may try to come back into your life just to see if they still got that access to you. So that's where that whole line came into play. Falling in front of me, you're guilty. It's something that you did that I may not know about, but you starting to feel it because you can't hold it inside you. Maybe you just want another chance to be feeling me. You want to be happy. Now, I seen this quote one day that said, stop looking for happiness in places you lost it. You feel me? And that line hit home so crazy, man. Cause it's like, how you gonna try to go back somewhere that you literally probably didn't feel welcome or happy anymore after you then made the decision, you then felt a certain way that you really feel intense about. You know, these are like permanent feelings. Like, shit just don't be happening for no reason, you know what I'm saying? You want to be happy, you feel me? Everybody wants to be happy, but you got to find that happiness within yourself before you could try to go make somebody else happy. You need to be happy and the next person needs to be happy, so both of y'all could be happy together. That makes sense. Then the last bar of the hook is, I don't need your apology. Get away from me. You wouldn't stay when I needed you. You're so far away. Don't come saying sorry after you then put this thought into my head, making me go through all of these cold nights, all of these sad nights. I don't need the apology. You feel me? You done said enough, I done said enough. You could say that shit, for real. Get away from me. You wouldn't stay when I needed you. You're so far away. That's from the heart. Like, that's our love distance. That's our love spreading over the course of the time. It's like we were so close, now we're spread. You feel me? We're spread apart. That's not some easy stuff to get over. You feel me? I'm gonna have to make a part 2 of this to go over the second verse. But for now, this is what we got. This is where we're starting. So far away. That boy Devo checking out.